Best not to leave anything useful behind. Good one!
Do you not grow weary of this? I assure you, it will not end. You simply do not listen. How disappointing. We cannot be defeated in combat. You are the one with the power to change this, either by turning around or dying.
This is turning into a most exhilarating exercise.
All this noise over one little trespasser. Let us be done with this already.
The experiments here have ensured our resilience. We endure because it has been ordered of us. House Faroon's return to greatness begins with the work done here. And until that time comes, we will keep it safe. I cannot. The Speaker gave orders. He speaks for the Great Serpent. The orders must be followed.
Power grid destabilized. Containment fields failing. Backup systems risk overload. Consider manual shutdown at the earliest convenience.
most certainly will not! Those interlocks power our pods. You have killed Vedrasa. What is more, you have disrupted the flow of power within the dam. You are one step from dooming those farmers on the surface. All right, hero. You have proven yourself a commendable opponent. But now, you have a choice to make. If you can remove the remaining interlock, you will have bested us. But you will ruin the lives of those above us. Or we can continue this contest of wills and see which of us is stronger. The choice is yours. But we do. My dedication to the Great Serpent demands my obedience to his Speaker's orders.
I am grateful for our time together. Always. I will be thinking about you.
Critical power failure. Dam function compromised. Emergency evacuation protocols enacted. Please exit the facility.
House Malign are many things, but rarely liars. I hope we have not made the situation worse.
Did they have anything of value?
This farm is the only place I have ever known. Have we offended the Great Serpent so? Dazra was not enough? My whole life drowned. We offended the Great Serpent so? Dazra was not enough?
It is unfortunate. NASCO's research team rejected Sahima's theories. I am old and my eyesight is not what it used to be, but I know the face of success when I see it. Your lead from Haustul Kef paid off. I did not, but it does not surprise me. So many projects over the decades. So many secrets. So few successes. I have heard of such a thing. Recently, in fact, just before the accident. That is apparently not a coincidence. We do not need it for the device, but if this accounts for some of the leaps in progress in the Citadel, you may wish to hold on to it. As much as I have devoted my life to science, one cannot deny that there is an occasional spark of the divine. The Great Serpent has use for this. And you, still to come. If House Vethal cooperates, we should have everything we need. Progress is always welcome, but we are not done yet.
May the Great Serpent guide.
The Great Serpent will deliver us from this.
You've been busy, Vindicator. Choose your words carefully. Convert or not, you're still an outsider. Which is just a stone's throw away from trespasser. But before you proceed into that room, I must ask, do you have the proof you need? Is it solid? Maybe so. But once a suspect has been established, it can be like pulling a loose thread. The rest comes undone rather quickly. So let us speak frankly for a moment, if we may. Haste doesn't suit you. So before you go in there and report your findings, hear me out. The speed at which things have unraveled, it makes me wonder how much of this outcome has been orchestrated. Of course, I am not denying my role in all this. Yes, I approved to have the supplies rerouted. And yes, I ordered that they be directed to the Zealots. But the murders, the violence, these were not directives I had ordered. If I am guilty of anything, it's being a rubber stamp. No. I have kept my actions separated from both Razma and Jimal. My goal was to inform them once I had something more concrete. That all went out the door once qemu-kvm caught wind of the missing shipments. I won't apologize for my actions. Everything I did for Dazra. A handful of supply shipments are a meager exchange for an entire clan of allies. United with House Malin, we can rebuild Dazra as the industrial and military force it was during the Serpent's Crusade. Which is why I ask that you listen to my proposal. Let me go. Allow me to continue my efforts discreetly for the betterment of House Va'ruun. Your flippant attitude only gives me more conviction. You only see what's in front of you, and not the big picture.
Please. You made no grand gesture. You violated the law and aided those who want us dead.
I don't know what evidence you've gathered, but without anything concrete, it's your word against mine. We shall see which one carries more weight.
Thank you all for coming. I think we can all agree that the charges for this crime are quite serious. Theft of supplies, aiding the Zealots, and the murder of my cousin. Which is why it comes with great shock that evidence points to a member of House Kadik as the thief.
Based on what evidence? House Kadik does not deal in trade. Your house does.
I would not be making this claim without sufficient cause, nor is House Dulkef the bearer of this information. Vindicator, the floor is yours. This slate lists you by name, Envoy. What do you have to say for yourself?
Is this what you called me to your office for, Kisrani? This is an absolute disgrace to your department.
You haven't answered my question, Mujin.
Nor should I have to. A single slate, which I might add is likely fabricated, is not enough to prove anything.
Is that so, Mujin? Or do you deny the words you yourself wrote?
I absolutely deny it. My computer has obviously been tampered with. This is clearly not enough evidence to even consider me a suspect.
Oh, you didn't know. We have piles of evidence, ship departure records, signatures, the works. And of course the kicker. Kisrani's would-be assassin.
Security has identified him as Okim Kadik.
Well, that's your ward, Mujin.
In fact, if I were you, Envoy, I would think long and hard about submitting to the Guard peacefully. Given the severity of your crimes, the Captain has the authority to do it by force.
I will cooperate, but this is by no means an admission. And make no mistake, the three of you will pay for this insult.
Make all the threats you want, Envoy. My decision is made. Guard, take him away.
As you command, Executor.
I appreciate you backing me up on this one. Warden Vithal had brought some evidence linking Mujin to the crime, but it's your evidence that makes me feel confident we can convict. All told, I'm extremely grateful. Ukaru was family, and I would not have been able to rest if I knew the thief had not been brought to justice. My thanks are yours. You had no personal stake in solving my cousin's murder, yet you did so with diligence and aplomb. For that, you will be well rewarded.
I've also handed over everything we have at House Vital regarding the case. Who knows what other crimes we can uncover while poring over the evidence.
I'll take this up with the captain of the guard. After that, our part in all of this is done. Jinan grace you for taking on this investigation. You've done a great service for House Varun and for Dazra. And on a personal note, I want to extend my gratitude for avenging my cousin's murder. With the accident and all that's going on, I haven't really had time to grieve, but closing this case might help me start that process. So for that, I thank you. Back to the world of spreadsheets and tables. To be fair, I love a good spreadsheet.
If you do not need medical assistance, please.
Great serpent.
Great serpent guide you.
If you are not a member of House Bethal, you do not belong here. Another High Council lackey come begging? I told Lovik no more!
Forgive my brother. He has been forgetting his manners of late. Victor, this is a Nazgul's chosen. You recall Lovik sent word.
I recall he spoke of a newly anointed promised. And we do not need help. especially from an outsider.
You can't continue to refuse the council. You must act. Your inaction is killing you.
Precisely, which is why he leaves me no choice but to say this. My nephew Varric has left, and until he returns, Victor refuses to assist the council.
These are hardly matters for the ears of an outsider. And who are you to tell me what is vital and what is not? You are an outsider. You have no understanding of our house. The audacity! I should have you arrested.
Is this not the opportunity you've been looking for, brother? A third party capable of finding Varric?
Yes, you said so yourself. Someone with no loyalties to speak of. And if he's become promised, truly his arrival is more than coincidence.
Serpent, give me strength. You both speak true. Perhaps I have reacted in haste. Tell me, Vindicator, are you well practiced in discretion? Now is not the time for reflection. Then perhaps you are more promising than I initially thought. As Vittoria mentioned, my son, Varric, has left. Essentially, he has abandoned his post. And not only did he turn his back on his house, but the Great Serpent as well. He is a traitor and must be dealt with as such.
Victor, surely you don't mean it.
He does, Luther. He is allowing his fervent pride and anger to cloud his judgment. What my brother is trying to say is that he wishes his own son dead. First, we lose Vashti to that malignance tearing through Dazra. And now you so willingly offer up Varric. As if our house has not suffered enough loss already.
Of course it would. As someone from the settled systems, you have no concept of what the Great Serpent demands of us. I do not wish Varric dead, but as head of the Ministry of State, he left me no choice. All must serve. Those who refuse will be met with death. The shame Varric brought upon this house is immeasurable. It stains the very foundation. I will not act until this house is in order and its members are properly aligned with the Great Serpent. Exceptions show weakness, and we cannot afford to show weakness at a time like this.
We have done the same for less. You act as if death is the only answer. What about forgiveness?
I will not risk the Ministry's authority on the actions of my own son, even if he is my chosen heir. If the High Council wants my cooperation, I need you to find Varric and carry out his sentence.
And I would ask you to spare him. My brother is acting under impulse, not reason.
I have never been more clear. Speak against me one more time, and you will regret it. Varric has a signet ring with House Vithal's family crest. Bring it to me as proof of death. Only then will I grant you access to the power grid. There is no other way. The Ministry of State must uphold order, and you will be expected to serve as we all do. I recommend you start by speaking to patrons of the Herald's Rest. Some of Vedek's associates there may know where he went, but keep in mind, anyone who has directly aided him in hiding is an accomplice and shares his fate. The Herald's Rest is our local bar, and unfortunately, my son's favorite establishment to frequent. And while I know a bar isn't the ideal place for discretion, I still expect you to keep these matters private. All anyone needs to know is that you are looking for Varric. See to it you do. All anyone needs to know is that you are looking for Varric for personal reasons. I will not risk word of his disappearance getting out before I can say the situation has been handled.
If you seek the House Elder, he is in his office.
The incident was a terrifying show.
No telling. To rebuild.
You seem to be doing it.
It is a wonder to behold.
I'll drink to that.
No. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Oh, you just revealed the question of the day. Where is Varric Vithal? The worst thing that can possibly happen, happens. And then he disappears. I mean, come on, we're supposed to be friends. That's what I thought. You'd think B would at least be commiserating with me. But I'm suddenly too drunk to deal with. Some friend she is. All she cares about is Varric. Right? That's what we do. When we lost people to the so-called incident, we banded together. I just want Varric to show up so things can get back to normal. Whatever that is. Did he trust me? I just don't know anymore. I want to help, but I really can't think of anything. I wish I could tell you there was. I just want to see him again. But if he had plans, he kept me in the dark. Wait. I think I remember something now. Tane! He mentioned talking to Tane one day about getting off-world, seeing the settled systems. We never thought he was serious, and even if he wasn't... Tane still might know something. Your best bet is just sticking around. Tane's a regular. I'm sure he'll be by any minute if you just want to take a seat.
I would do anything to sleep in my own bed again.
One for me, and one for you, Jenna.
No, Eggy. You have already had several.
Hope things start looking up soon around here.
Nobody makes a drink like you do. Come now. Just one more drink? I do not wish to say goodbye just yet. I have fallen under your spell.
Same thing every day.
Hey, aren't you that outsider made promise that showed up here recently? You telling me they made you promise? And you aren't even a believer? The High Council must be really desperate for answers if they overlook that. I'm an outsider myself. It's hard to get into the whole giant snake thing. Yeah, it's something, isn't it? I've been toting stuff back and forth for these people for years and still get the cold shoulder most places I go. But then these people lose half their city and you show up, and suddenly it's divine intervention. Yep, that's how I feel most days since I got stuck here. Anyway, enough about that. What can I do you for? I know the name, sure, everybody here does, but the man? Not much. Someone like me doesn't exactly hang out with house bigwigs. Varric Vathal, huh? That's no small name around here. Well, I guess that depends, Vindicator. Who wants to know? I consider Varric a bit of a friendly acquaintance. I know enough about the guy to care about his physical well-being, if you know what I mean. Oh, sure. You just show up out of the blue and suddenly want to know where to find House Vathal's #1 son? And I know he wasn't lost to whatever ate up half of Dazra. Plenty of people have seen him since. Although, let's just say after what went down here, my retirement's looking imminent, and I haven't exactly been saving up for a rainy day. So if you're feeling generous, maybe we can help each other out. Nice to see we operate on the same wavelength. I'm pretty sure he's heading into the Highlands. Just not sure where. But I do have the means to track him. So you just say the word and we're off to the races. Oh no, I'm stuck on you until this is over. Let's just say I have an investment to look after. Once we're outside of Dazra, I'll fire up my tracker, and fingers crossed, it'll lead us right to him. Just head out the west gate, should be the fastest route.
Our sins must have been considerable for the Great Serpent to...
Citadel. Now they're in.
but not an uneventful stay for the occupant.
There's gotta be something here to clue us in.
Look at this view. Despite everything, I cannot help but be moved by how beautiful my home can be.
Oh!
We can succeed at that before we are discovered.
Hopefully they amount to something.
you see any settlers, best to just keep moving. Or shoot them. One or the other. keep your eye out for anything. Friend's a strong word. More like friendly acquaintances. Guess we both felt the Herald's Rest was one of the few places that made us feel like real people. A couple of drinks and everyone's your friend in that moment. Always up for a chat. He's just used to getting his way and the world revolving around him. When you're raised to be elder, that's bound to bring you all sorts of extra attention. So sometimes when hanging around with us peons, he forgets we have our own thoughts and opinions. What the hell is... could have done without that. All my years and all the planets I've been on, never gonna get used to those things. Sure looks like it. Damn hospital. wiping out half their city and bringing in horrors like these. At least I don't see a body around here, so I hope that means Varric's alive. You find anything? Injured? Hope he doesn't bleed out by the time we find him. Well, what's next? Varric must have fled in a hurry since his tracker's still here. So guess the rest is up to us. Sounds like a plan. And hopefully that injury slows him down enough for us to catch up. Let's head back down and see what we can find. And by we, I mean you.
That's far enough, strangers. You want to tell me what you're doing on my property uninvited? Through here? You realize you're in the middle of nowhere. I can understand that, but I can't help you. The only people here are my partner Zen and our daughter Mila. No one comes around here. We're isolated, and that's the way we like it. All right, fine.
Irina, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Zen, yes, I know quite well. Never mind my partner, they're just overly cautious. As I said, we're isolated out here. We keep to ourselves. But we did an injured young man a few days ago.
That's gotta be Varric.
It's too coincidental. It must have been him. He had a pretty bad injury, but we were able to patch him up. He didn't want to stick around though. Once he felt better, we sent him north. There's a long abandoned growth farm we felt he could make use of. He claimed he lost everything in the incident that swallowed half of Dasra. He wanted to start a new life. We even gave him 2 of our own growths to get started. You're welcome, and safe travels. If you find him, give him our regards.
Great Serpent bless you for sparing my family.
Perhaps not the wisest decision.